But now, I'm nearly 2 weeks into my latest challenge, attempting to survive for 60 days on a tropical island. I can't hide the fact that this is a massive challenge above everything that I've done to date. I've been dropped off on Olarua, a remote island in the Pacific Ocean, over 300 kilometers from Fiji. It's part of what is known as the Forbidden Islands. It's uninhabited and rarely visited by the Fijian clan that own it. I'm the first Westerner to ever live on it. I've got no clothes, no food, no water. Come on, Rain, please. And no survival tools. And I'm being watched over by leading survival experts.
For Ed to complete this task for 60 days without food, clothes, or any tools, I very much doubt it.
I'm completely alone and filming everything myself.
What a difference being on your own makes.
So far, I've found shelter, but staying alive is a constant struggle.
I need water, I need water, I need water.
Physically and mentally, I'm being pushed to the edge.
That's so pathetic, I could cry.
And after 12 days of struggle, I finally made fire. My biggest achievement so far.
We've got fire! Yes!
There's a brew on. I got a brew on. I got a brew on. I'm so happy.
Get in.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Hot fluid. I'm just happy. Cheers.
I'm nearly 2 weeks into my attempt to survive alone. The tropical island more than 300 kilometers southeast of Fiji. It's a battle, and I'm learning the hard way. No one has ever to do this before. My fire is a welcome addition to my cave on the western beach.
I just smashed a brown coconut and then flesh around the fire, and it just tastes like almost like a burnt biscuit or something.
But I can't afford to let my guard down. I've got 47 days to go and the rainy season's approaching. If I'm to survive that, me and the fire need to move out to somewhere far safer.
Survival is an active pursuit. It's not a passive.
It's fear of dehydration, fear of not having any food. Fear is a great...
Today I'm going to start construction of a house. It's on this side of the island, so it's protected from the wind. I'm not going to panic about it. I'm just going to build a little bit each day. I'm going to do 4 hours construction work, 2 hours fishing, 1 hour cooking, 2 15-minute breaks, 1 hour collecting water, half an hour collecting firewood, and I like to have the first hour and the last hour of the day to myself anyway, so that'll fill my day.
Having a routine is undoubtedly a great survival strategy because it gives some structure to your day and it makes what seems impossible possible.
I've had my ups and downs since I arrived, but I'm falling back on my army training now. I need to keep my emotions in check, stick to my routine, and focus on my plan.
I'm going to walk around the island now and I've stoked that up nice and big so that it'll still be going when I get back.
Life is tough, and I'm still struggling to cover the basics.
Right. Water with renewed vigour And hopefully we can put this one to bed because water really bores me. The most likely place that I can find it is in that natural drainage basin of the whole island. That big amphitheatre that I saw as I explored the island. And I think if I'm going to find a reliable source of water, that's where it's going to be.
As a geographer, I know about land formation and water tables, but I'd better be right about this. I'm constantly dehydrated.
You can see there's the natural dip in the island there. And I'm just going to dig out gully bed, just with my hands. It's not pretty, but yes, there is water.
But I can't let my thirst get the better of me. Drinking dirty water could lead to sickness and diarrhea.
It's full of mud, but there's no salt in it.
It's definitely fresh water, a combination of overland flow and groundwater. So I know it's clean and safe to drink.
5 half-litre bottles, which is fresh. Importantly, it's fresh.
But in this heat, it won't even last a day. I need it to rain, and soon.
There's this lemon plant, you can see the thorns, and the fragrance is so potent that I'm going to make tea out of the lemon leaves, and I think that'll be amazing now that I've got a fire.
My fire has lifted my spirits no end. As well as hot food, it means light and warmth at night.
Fire's gone out, fire's gone out, fire's gone out. Crazy stuff. I haven't even looked at it. Stupid. Just collected all that firewood over there. Heaps of firewood for tonight. And then I was like, right, okay, now you've got to go in there, plan a site where you're going to build a shelter. And then I thought, if you were working in England, Ed, you would take breaks. You would split the day up. So, kettle's on, having a break. It's very hot. Achieved a lot today already. Just have yourself a cup of tea, Staffs. Yeah? There's nothing like a fire. In the jungle, we used to call it jungle telly. Just something to sit around and focus on and draw morale from and warmth from.
I think the effect of having the fire on his mental well-being was probably the strongest.
Having a fire is great, but it's a responsibility adding to my workload. I can't leave it unattended for long for fear of it going out.
And that is breakfast. I think I'm going to appreciate fine things, good food, everything for the rest of my life, so much more. Snails and 2 crabs and a couple of sprats boiled in a rusty tin can on a fire, and I am salivating over the juices. They are amazing.
It might be hot food, but it's not enough. I'm surviving on a diet of protein, but it's energy-giving carbohydrates that I'm desperate for. Especially now, as I start building my new home today. I'm heading inland to find a suitable site.
I'm standing in a new site which I've identified as a good place for a steep-sided, almost double lean-to. I've got flat, dry ground below my feet. So why not use it? Why not? Let's not be stupid about this.
I'm going to use a mixture of techniques picked up from my jungle expeditions. If I get this right, it'll protect me from the wind and the rain.
I'm going to put a centre pole down the middle, palm thatching down either side. I think this is going to work. This is starting to be fun.
But it's just the beginning, and my poor diet means I haven't got the stamina for this kind of physical work.
Every effort like that, every movement, just drains me completely. It's like building a house on an overdose of Valium.
But I'm committed to this now, so I need to see it through.
This is the moment of truth to see if this site's going to properly work.
I'm proud of walking the Amazon. I proved my determination to myself, and every achievement here, no matter how small, drives me on.
Now, clearly I can't do much each day because I'm still just scrabbling to survive. The energy expended was huge. It took me a couple of hours and snapping and breaking trees and chopping with the hand axe. That was the best thing to do. Okay, the ridgepole means quite a lot to me. That's the start of my new home. I'm very dehydrated now, I can hardly speak.
Extreme hunger.
It's an animal. It's giving off mucus.
Drives me to extreme measures.
I'm going to take it and put it in the fire and see if it's edible. Got him. Look at that crab.
This is primal, you know, this is like the inception of civilization, eh? It's taming the elements.
After 2 weeks on Olarua, I'm getting to grips with the island's ebb and flow. But for life here to become more sustainable, I want to move out of my primitive cave and build a more weatherproof shelter with nothing more than my bare hands and a clamshell.
First thing I need to do is go and start cutting more of these long poles. The most important thing for me is that once it's built, it's weatherproof. If the pitch is too shallow, the palm leaves won't work and it won't shed water. That may take all day, because I'm using this. I'm really tired today. Really tired.
I think he's putting himself into too much pressure, which is not presented to him by the environment. It's his own doing.
It's an ambitious shelter build. I'm beginning to think I've bitten off more than I can chew.
One tree. Down.
I'll need about 10 trees in total. And then I've got to secure them to the shelter's ridgepole.
Okay, what I'm going to do is just beat these hibiscus stems until the bark's loose and then strip all the bark off them. And then with these fat bits, just pull them apart into thinner strands that can then be used for lashing. Okay, I've done 3 trees and I'm exhausted. I reckon a quick cup of tea, revitalise.
I'm sweating out more fluid than I'm taking in. Working in this heat, I'm losing about 1.5 liters an hour. And I'm always hungry.
I'm allowing myself to feel a little bit down because I'm having snails and coconut for lunch. If I could eat well and build a house, I would. But I haven't got enough time in the day or energy, and so my focus at the moment is the house. I can survive on coconut and snails. I don't want to live off it for the rest of the time, though. I really don't. Tide's low. I'm going to use this opportunity to scoot round to the other side of the island and try and find some more water. Because it's midday, I'm going to have to cover myself in clay in order to protect myself.
My sunscreen is sediment from the water I collected in the gully. And my mirror is the screen of the camera. It's 30 degrees, and at midday it could take less than 10 minutes for me to burn.
Yeah, suntan lotion, that's a good idea. It's fine, this is too good to be true. Only on a Fijian island. It's a rugby ball. Okay, well, it's leather. I've got no idea what I could use it for, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. It'd be rude not to call the rugby ball Gilbert. I have my own Wilson.
It's little consolation after a totally fruitless water trip. Now I have to head back to my fire.
I'm using Gilbert as my pillow at night. I can lie on my side now, which I haven't been able to do for the last 17 days. I'm not going to start talking to him. It's just a pillow. Well, it's actually a rugby ball. It's my pillow. Do you know what? I have to really, really rein my brain in every day. I think if left to just race, it would just have bizarre conversations and stuff.
Loneliness with this guy is his Achilles heel.
You cannot prepare yourself for being utterly cut off from every other human being on the planet, and it's not really something that you can train to do either.
A very, very big part of this hurdle in surviving on this island is holding it together and staying sane and not going nutty bonkers. And it just needs a bit of checking in. First morning of brushing my teeth with my new toothbrush.
I'm into the third day of constructing my shelter, and there's a bit of a problem.
The wide pole that's reinforcing the apex on this side is too narrow.
I need a tree that's strong enough to support the weight of the woven palm leaves that I'm using as thatching. But with only a clamshell, that's pretty tough going.
You can't just cut a notch forward and back like conventional tree felling. I'm using snapping as my method of felling, and it just doesn't work. You have to ring it and not just take the bark off.
It's my second attempt at getting this tree down. Without a decent support pole, my shelter will collapse.
When you have a failure, it's like being pressed down in this knife till you think it's just going to split you in two.
This is hard physical effort. I'm burning way more calories than I'm taking in. I don't have the time or the means to fish in the lagoon. Whilst I know not to take unnecessary risks in the water, I still have to scavenge around the shoreline for whatever I can find.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I needed this food intake. Definitely. Yes, yes, yes. Today is a good day for fishing. Little eel. Excellent. What a feast tonight. What a feast tonight.
To get my shelter built takes its toll.
Just have no energy at all.
And I struggle to hold it together.
I'm really craving company. I'm really, really lonely.
It's my third week marooned on Olarua. Getting my shelter finished before the rainy season is taking up most of my time and energy. I'm still eating whatever I can scavenge. Today, it's eel. followed by what I hope is an animal called a sea cucumber.
Londoners eat eels, so they're edible. It's like slightly sticky. Sticky white meat. Nice eel. Nice little addition of protein. Right, let's have a look and see what's happening with the weird vascular sac-like creature. Alright. Crikey. You've now got fresh water, and you can have 2 brews in the morning. Yes.
It's proper tropical rain, and the first downpour in almost a week. I've got plenty of drinking water, for the next couple of days at least. And getting the main support treat felled is sapping what little energy I've got left.
Nope.
Right now, I'm at my lowest ebb.
I just have no energy. Food, I mean, it's low, you know. Water I'm struggling with. Just have no energy at all.
Hunger is my constant companion. I feel like I'm running on empty. Food means energy, and if I can't up my work rate, my building project is in real trouble. The only source of energy-giving carbohydrates I've found here so far has been the potato-like taro plants.
I'm back. Digging for root vegetables.
I'm hunting for more in my usual spot, but it's not looking hopeful.
Ground is very hard.
The effects of dehydration and starvation compound with time, so its body was simply just eating itself up from the inside.
Just drained today, and just need to keep sticking out that shelter until it's done, don't I? Just keep plugging away at the shelter. As soon as the shelter's done, it's party time. Just plug away at it, finish the shelter. But I have to admit, it tests my resolve. I had very, very bad diarrhea. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm feeling like I'm feeling. Very, very bad diarrhea. The world fell out of my bottom.
Physically, I'm shattered, but I'm digging deep for the mental strength to keep the build on track.
It's taking a long time. There to there is about 14 inches. 3 days more thatching to get over the crossbar. So that'll be 9 days thatching to do 1 lean-to. I've not even started on the sides, or potentially coming down this side. Unless you have a thatch which is watertight, what's the point? It's got to be better than the cave, hasn't it? And one person. This is how long it takes. I'm not dilly-dallying, I promise.
Building my shelter is hard enough. Now, I'm having to travel further afield each day for firewood. And I'm still just scavenging for food along the shoreline.
Stop biting me!
If I can get my hands on it.
Eels, it would be fair to say, put up a fight, and they bite a lot.
And, to add insult to injury, the goats are back, tormenting me. The best sources of food on the island are making themselves at home in my shelter.
I've just walked back, and you can see my camp, and you can see the 2 goats in my camp, they're actually under my shelter.
Goat meat would be a massive step up from the diet of snails and crabs. I've butchered everything from chickens to giant armadillos, and the principles are roughly the same. If only I could get my hands on one.
So near and yet so far, I've still got no way of hunting them. Why haven't I got a means of killing these goats yet? It's just madness. I've got to get some tools to kill goats.
A goat would give me all the protein I need. Hunger constantly distracts me from the priority of finishing my shelter. I need to focus again. In a survival situation, I have to set goals and stick to them.
Day 23. Gonna do a day's thatching tomorrow. Hopefully get the thatch up to about eye level, I suppose. And then move in. Last night in the cave. Am I gonna miss it? Am I?
If I'm to move today, I need to get a load of firewood to my shelter site. My new home has to be good enough to keep me and my fire protected from bad weather. And I'm beginning to doubt if it's ready.
Do you know what? I'm moving in here too early. There's not enough space. The rain's come in. This isn't big enough, really. So exhausted. Back to the cave.
If it's no improvement on my cave, all of my hard work has been for nothing.
I can't believe how little energy I've got. Now, the truth is that I'm dehydrated, malnourished. All of my time goes into repetitive tasks that aren't interesting. And so I've just had a bit of a struggle getting out of quite a negative thought pattern.
It is very, very easy to sit back, feel sorry for yourself, and just let everything, you know, wash over and take over.
You can go from elation to the most deep depression you can ever imagine. And it's you're constantly battling that depression and just trying to get through it.
I keep thinking like I've just been left here and nobody cares. I'm really craving company. I'm really, really lonely. Every bit of me wants company. Every bit of me wants to have a chat with somebody. One person doing this with nothing is extraordinarily hard. But I'm not going to give up. And I'm not going to go mad. It's just tough.
The Fijian island of Olarua has been my home for nearly 4 weeks now. I've been trying to build myself a shelter for nearly 2. It's been really tough going, physically and mentally, but it's given me a strong focus, and now I reckon I've turned a corner.
I was just sitting here and I found myself grinning to myself. Just completely and utterly absorbing the moment, really, and enjoying being on a Pacific island, doing a very Pacific Island type activity, which is plaiting palm leaves. Above and beyond just composure, above and beyond just collecting myself and not going into panic. I think I've got to a stage where I'm content and happy, you know?
I feel like I'm on the up. With renewed vigour, I've scoured the island and found a new source of taro plants.
Okay, 1 potato, taro actually, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, more. It's funny how things sort of come to you when you're calmer. Hermit crab just came to me, collected 7 potato type things. It's just a case of calming this all down, relaxing and just and accepting what is really. If I don't accept it, if I wish for something that isn't here, if I want something that's not, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy. Works very well in theory. I'm working on it.
A great psychological strategy to cope with the stress and the trauma. You know, calm the brain and focus on what's happening in the moment and appreciate what's happening in the moment. And this is called mindfulness that people use a lot with therapy.
I'm in the right frame of mind to have another go at felling the tree that's been the bane of my life since I started my shelter. I need this strong timber to support the weight of my 110 woven palm leaves.
Yeah. Thank you. That was a mission. Yeah, with this strong pole in place, for the moment at least, my shelter will not fall down, which is nice.
I'm almost halfway through my time here, and my shelter is almost complete. With a stronger support pole, I can finish the thatching and make it weatherproof.
It's complete. The side is complete. I've gone well over the crossbar. That is one monster thatch. I am so happy with that. It's an amazing thatch for me. Eddie in his shelter. Yes. Wow. Took long enough. Is that day 8 of thatching? 11 days of construction. Nice one, Ed.
After 2 weeks of hard graft, being pushed to my physical and mental limit, I'm no longer a caveman, but evolving brings mixed emotions.
Felt a bit weird moving out of here. Somehow apprehensive. I think this cave represents warmth and dryness and security, actually. And I'm moving out into something a bit more unknown, which is the right thing to do. I know it's the right thing to do, and it's time to do it as well. Day 29, but it just feels a little bit odd moving out. We've moved out. That wasn't very difficult, was it? Amazing when you haven't got many possessions.
My most prized possession is coming with me too.
Right, well, I think the only thing to do once you've moved into a new house and transferred your fire as an Englishman is to have a cup of tea. can't tell you how odd it feels to have moved out the cave. Got this sort of energy, almost excitement. Yeah, it is excitement. Just going around my chest. I'm not in a cave full of goat dung anymore. I've got plans for this place, by the way. It's going to have a bed at some stage. It's going to have a wall at that end. I can just extend it a little bit. A roof coming down the other way. Make my life comfortable, really. Oh. I'm having a cup of tea in my own house. Okay, so this will be my sleeping position. Just here. And immediately I can see I'm going to have to move the fire down to right there. Might just stay here for 5 minutes. Seven goats on this island. If things go well, I could be eating 2 goats a week.
Chúng tôi chuyên cung cấp thực phẩm cho camping, dã ngoại, du lịch. Hotline 0784 555 569 hoặc 0979 500 066. Email coa@globalgarden.vn. Website globalgarden.vn hoặc www.camping-food.com.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã chú ý lắng nghe bài học. Đừng quên đăng ký kênh để cập nhật những video mới nhất nhé. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã chú ý lắng nghe bài học. Đừng quên đăng ký kênh để cập nhật những video mới nhất nhé. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo.